Now, of course, the macroeconomic impacts of COVID-19 have been felt significantly here in New Zealand. So the purpose of an awards was to acknowledge the new ways of thinking, the innovative working solutions and successes during the lockdown period, behind the farm gate right through to student innovation. It was a partnership between Blinc and Innovation here on Lincoln University campus and Farmers Weekly. And of course, there were 3 winners that came out. You will remember the girls from St Paul's Collegiate last week, and we have other winners next week we will showcase. But tonight, trying to run a small-scale farm economically on the edge of Christchurch and the creep of high-value lifestyle blocks was the challenge set aside for our last guest here tonight on Sarah's Country. Even greater was that embarking on running a commercial sheep milking operation. Ian McDonald and Tanya Whitford have done just that, and their highly innovative approach to dealing with these challenges is what saw them take out this award. Now, joining us now to celebrate success is Ian. Good evening, sir, and congratulations on behalf of our audience.
Oh, thanks very much, Sarah. Humble, really. Just great, awesome. Yeah.
So, of course, we need to understand what is this innovation that you've brought to the paddock, and particularly with your sheep milking property that you've got here locally.
It's just quite simply a mobile harvest system, built to the code. Pretty strict code in New Zealand.
And so tell us more about your sheep milking operation. How many sheep are you running? How long have you been doing it? And sort of what was that time when you thought, hang on a minute, I can do things differently?
Yeah, so this is our 4th year of supply, and we supply 6 cheese factory across Canterbury and Otago, and we do that in conjunction with our sheep milk supply group, which involves 2 other Canterbury families. And we started designing, I guess, a milk sheep about 12 years ago with the help of Brian Blinc with the Nordoff operation up in Motueka. And luckily he had some inline recording systems where we could get data back to help us number crunch the sheep that were performing and move forward. But yeah, it's been a 12-year journey so far, 4 years of actual production. Yeah. 4.5 years of mobile milk plant development.
And certainly, I understand from Richard Rennie's article now on Farmers Weekly that tipping convention on its head is something that's not a breach of your character, and you've been doing this in the genetics game in the sheep world for some time.
Yeah, I'm not going to bore you with my background, but yeah, we're just quite happy to take parts of different, genetics out of different breeds, and you can call it hybrid or whatever you want. But we like that effect, and yeah, we just try and take the best parts and try and make something that works. We like to call it the Land Cruiser sheep rather than the Ferrari.
Gets the job done.
Gets the job done. That's right. Yeah. Fit for purpose, I think is the word, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So tell us how you've gone from proof of concept and the engineering challenges that you've experienced to get to the innovation that you've overcome and got to.
Well, as I said, 4.5 years of problem solving. So we started off with a small 8-bale plant just as the proof of concept, just to make sure that the idea had some merit. And then when we saw that it had merit, we stepped forward and built a 16-bale plant. And then we put that through a rather rigorous 18-month MPI validation process. And yeah, we passed with flying colours. So yeah, it's not all us, of course. We're lucky. We've got a wonderful group of engineers right here in Rangiora called Reed Milking Systems. And we were lucky enough to get the help of University Canterbury Engineering School and a master's student called Thomas Ruin there. And yeah, he was just wonderful, and just made our job a lot easier.
What's it mean for your business? Efficiencies, animal welfare, labour, etc.
Oh, for our business, it's the logical thing for us from a business point of view is that if we invested 250 to 500k in a bricks and mortar plant here, the next person that buys this property will have no respect for that. They'll put a bulldozer through it, I'm sure. And we're in a high value property area, and we just wanted something that was mobile, a mobile asset, something we could move. We just didn't think anyone else coming into this area would put value on a 22 hectare farm that's probably going to be split up into lifestyle blocks. So we've built something that we can take forward. This is a unit that can do 220 sheep an hour, and quite possibly in the right farm could be run all day. So 1,200 sheep a day once a day is a possibility.
Okay, so I'm just thinking about the lifestyle blocks that surround Lincoln here. What about going out contracting on lifestyle properties? It's a real possibility. People are looking for off-farm investment.
Yeah, not impossible. You mean in a contract type situation, I guess, Sarah, but tricky to fit the code because of all the different farms are going on. I didn't build it with that in mind, that's for sure. I wouldn't do that myself. The key for me is really, as I said, there was no point in building on this place, and it's a saleable asset.
So therefore, you have just taken my last question. As people interested, they'll be looking forward to being able to purchase this. Commercialising it is not an option for you, but potentially going forward, this could be a very much a part of the sheep milking future of New Zealand.
Yeah, people can make that decision themselves, Sarah. That's not for me to decide. For us, it's just a small part of a big jigsaw puzzle. For us, we're food producers, we're farmers, trying to make a wholesome product, and we're lucky to be able to be working with sheep milk and some good people in the industry. I mean, the milking plant is just part of that jigsaw. People are interested in a plant, I'd go and see Red Engineering, not me. If they need help with the code of practice or the risk management plan, I'm quite happy to help with that.
Fantastic. And of course, that is very much about what the Blinc Innovation Celebrating Success Awards was about those particular innovations that we're seeing behind the farm gate that are, of course, inspiring us going forward. And before you leave us, Ian, we're talking about fruit, a bit of a pivot from sheep milk. But of course, every Kiwi loves a good piece of Kiwi fruit. Yes. Fruit that's Kiwi, not specifically Kiwi fruit. What is your favourite fruit, Ian?
My favourite, pretty hard to beat, a really good New Zealand apple, it's good New Zealand apples are beautiful.
Something that we are still very passionate and proud of, the good apple and pear industry across New Zealand. Thank you so much for joining us, Ian McDonald.
This is Sarah's Country.